Now, a lot of people might not know this, but we met on the first day that you arrived at the club. Think 500 games later. When you arrived, did you think, I'm going to be here for 8 years, I'm going to hit this milestone?
Impossible.
Why was that?
Because I didn't expect. So I'm here because we have incredible results. Now apparently it doesn't look like. So we have had 35 really bad days in terms of results. But if you see in general, 500 games have been an incredible joy and an unbelievable period. Otherwise, if you don't win in a big club like this, you cannot sustain. So I'm so proud to have what we have lived together with many players, staff, backroom staff, our bosses. 500 games is a good milestone, I could say, in England, especially in this modern era, in this modern football.
How much have you changed, do you think, as a manager, from when you arrived at Manchester City to where you are now? What has changed about Pep Guardiola?
Well, I would say I'm a better manager. Apparently it doesn't look like right now, but I had the feeling that he's a better manager. The experience just helps you to do this, good moments, bad moments, how you learn many things. So of course it is.
Is it frustrating at all that people will focus on what's happening now, some of the losses, some of the performances, rather than looking at the other 490 games?
No, absolutely not. So football has to be today. And it's normal that the recent results and what happened now have to be focused in there. Will be time to reflect when we'll be over to say, okay, how was the period, how many years, how many we have done, the good moments spent, and of course, the good moments beat the bad moments. Otherwise, you cannot be 500 games here. But it's normal that today the people is what's happened and the concern.
Does that make your job almost easier because you can just live in the moment as well, and you can forget about the results and move on to the next one?
I don't live what happened in the past. It will be when I will be grandfather, and, in front of the fire, and I said, okay, I've lived that. It was so nice and incredible memories. But right now, the day has to be focused what you have to do.
Well, I want to just look back at a few of the different achievements you've had. Formidables, winning 4 trophies, obviously in a season. As part of that, the domestic treble. You have the Centurions as well, 100 points, and treble winners, winning the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Champions League.
Not continue with that. You will not finish. You will have to enumerate all the records. You will not finish.
We could keep on going and going.
I'm sorry, don't continue to that.
So, which was the most difficult out of those in the 8 years?
All of them.
Really?
Yeah, now I realize. The people take it for granted, and now I realize how difficult, we have done. Imagine now, the domestic treble and quadruple and 100 points and four in a row, 6 to 7. So one of the reasons why it's now happened this season is consequences always. A part of that is the consequence for the success we had in the past. So definitely it is.
Is this the most difficult period that you've had as a manager, what you're going through right now?
Well, we've never been, so for a long happened, but the problem is we make the ordinary extraordinary in the past, and the people believe it's normal, and it was, people say, it's ordinary, it happened. It was extraordinary, like a little bit like that. I expect that sooner or later it will happen. I didn't expect was these 30 days, in some games with 3-0 we didn't win, we won 0-1 against United, 2-3 minutes left and we lost the game. So now the situation is we are not balanced, we are not consistent, and we can lose games. Absolutely, I lost in the past, but this round always we find a way after 2 or 3 games to turn around. And now we are on the table, and the situation that happened, we have to try to change it quick as possible, but to be consistent with the players that we have, we will struggle.
So talk to me about that then. You've mentioned you've lost games in the past, you've bounced back. How difficult will it be to bounce back from this for yourself?
We'll be back, we'll remember that period that it was wow, what happened, but in the same times, we'll be bounce back with the moment we have the squad. I'm sorry to say, but it's difficult, to visualize what's going to happen every 3 days, games, when they have the problems with really, really important players out, so it's more difficult.
And does it make it almost easier that people believe in Manchester City, no matter what people are saying? They're not writing you off. They're not saying that you're completely done because they know the extraordinary things that you have achieved.
No, it's completely normal that people doubt about that now. It's completely normal. So when happened many times, we cannot be faith with us, or we have to prove it ourselves. So at the end, I'm here because I have to deal with all of you, but the last 30 days is always the same subject, the pattern. So it's just words. So the people believe, or the people have to talk about the facts, and we prove it in the past, and now we're not able, but sooner or later it's going to happen. So I know that. So we're going to change, the sun will rise, and we will take the dynamics, and we will be back. That is going to happen. When, I cannot tell you that, because now they tell me, I said before, we didn't train once in all season, all defenders together, not even one day. So players are getting old, and the pace that we don't have, and some important players like Rodri and central defenders for a long time injured. And that make a little bit more difficult. In the moment we are, okay, 3-0 against Feyenoord, the game will be over, almost over, and you are already qualified for the Champions League. It's another mindset, right? In the games that we played really good in the first half against games like Brighton's, or games like we cannot sustain it. And after that, when it happens, it's a little bit more difficult. First, because we don't have, the players back. At the end, when we won the quadruples or triples or all the records we have won, we had the squad. The squad, all of them with 1 injury or 2 injuries. Now we had a lot. And when they come back, because they make an incredible effort, they make 2 training sessions and they have to play. Came the table massage 1 or 2 days, like the training is a little bit soft, because they come not prepared. They had to play 90 minutes, after 3 days, 90 minutes, like Ruben happened. Was injured 1 month, and they have to play 5 games in 14, 50 days. What happened? He's injured again. Why? Because the muscles not sustain this amount of energy being required to sustain that time. And when that's happened, it's a little bit more difficult. And say it's excuse. Yeah, maybe it's excuse. I try to see an argument. That and John come back, and 45 minutes Tottenham has to play 1 more month out. Come back, make an incredible effort, we're not ready, but we need him, and go 45 minutes. Now again, 3 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks, 1 month out. And for that, is a part of that, the other issues with the players that we had is then the situation that we have. But I have to blame, with the players that gave us the most incredible era in modern football in England. What gave us that? No, what to do? Push them and help each other, and accepting that we have done wrong in terms of the club, in terms of the players, and continue. And maybe it will be the next game, maybe the other one, but sooner or later we'll be back.
I can really feel that when you say we'll be back, you really believe it. Where does that belief come from? Is it the structure of the club? Is it the players you've got?
No,
is it you as a manager?
For all of that, but in your thoughts, you can think it's going to be bad or going to be good. So, and I prefer to be positive and think it's going to be well. And I'm realistic. I know it will be easy. I know we're going to do, that, but I have to be. So, this is what it is.
Well, good luck for the 500th game in charge.
Thank you.
I'll see you in another 500. When you make it 1,000, I'll come and do the interview then as well. Maybe?
I'm not going to happen. If I continue not winning games, it's not going to happen.